Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, as requested by many of you, we will just see how to answer a few questions with respect to General Studies 1. So to begin answer writing as a beginner in the journey of UPSC Civil Services is quite a challenging process. But then only if you start attempting papers or only if you start writing will you really understand that what are the real challenges in answering a paper. So here I am taking the example of General Studies 1. So one of the mock tests that I have written, I'll discuss a few questions from there, and I'll just tell you how I have framed or structured or I have included various aspects in the answer to make it look complete and covering all the aspects that need to be covered. So let's begin with one of the first questions. So general studies one, as you all know, has art and culture, history, and things like that. So I think it's mostly art and culture related that this mock test was about. So the first question is Indians value religious tolerance, though they also live religiously segregated lives. Explaining the statement, comment whether the religious tolerance has been eroding in recent years. So, as you all know, the topic is about religion, religious tolerance, secularism, etc. So, what can be a good introduction? So, as a beginner, the most important focus that you give is on introductions, good conclusions, and then the focus is on the body. So, introduction may you have to be very creative. You can think about things which can be mentioned, and also it should be relevant and it should be factual. It should be with emphasis on the data that you're giving, etc. But when it comes to art and culture, you can give reference to an ancient empire, a king, or a century that was ancient, etc. जहाँ पे ये relevance दिखाया गया था. For example, the topic, the introduction that I've given here is that since the times of Ashoka, as enshrined in his 12th Roke Edict, respect for all religion is the basis of Indian values. So here what I'm doing is that I'm bringing an additional element. I'm talking about King Ashoka and his 12th Roke Edict where he has talked about religious secularism. So that's a good thing. That's a new thing that you're bringing in. It's a unique thing you're bringing in. You'll catch the attention of the examiner. However, changes have been seen in this level over a period of time. Also, we are accepting the fact that religious secularism has been there, but there has been shifts in this past path during the later times also. So that also we are accepting. And then we are first talking about the valuing of religious tolerance in segregated lives. That is the first subheading that I am giving. So then I'm giving different pointers like positive secularism, protection to religious minorities, etc. So I'm giving examples for every point that I'm writing down to support the fact that there has been positive secularism in the country. For example, Article 25 to 30 giving prospect for development of different religions. Then there is Diwali, which is a Hindu festival, but it's celebrated across the country. Then we have segregated lives also because we have different religious institutions like churches for Christians, temples for Hindus, etc. Then, after writing down the positive secularism fact, I am writing down that there is a other side also. I have written that yet the eroding religious tolerance factors are also there, like communal rights. We are seeing cow vigilantism, love jihad issues. The Pew research report suggests that Indians prefer neighbors and friends from the same religion. Hindustan for Hindus concept, communal vote bank, etc. So I'm giving all the examples of how there has been a rise of religious segregation also. Then, but to give a positive conclusion, I am writing that despite divisions, the value of Sarva Dharma Samabhava is the motto of Indian life, which is revived parallelly. So I'm giving a positive hint that though there are challenges, we are moving in the positive direction of Sarva Dharma Samabhava. I'm bringing in an ancient value here again. So this is how a 10 marker question can be answered. Very easy. But आपको फोकस देना है इंट्रोडक्शन और कंक्लूशन को यूनिक बनाने में, और पॉइंट्स ज़रूर इंक्लूड कर लीजिएगा जो दोनों चीज़ों की सपोर्टिंग हो जाती है. You have to mention the positives as well as the negative challenges. Now, the next question is India really unity in diversity, or it's just a big myth? Comment. So, the question is that unity in diversity is real or is a myth that is just believed by people. Now, here introduction what I've given is historically India is a land of multiple languages, racial groups, religions, philosophies, culture, etc. It has been a myth how such a country stay united as comprehended by the colonialists. So it's very difficult that India, in spite of its diversity, is staying together. So it's a unique thing to note. So I'm supporting the factors which show unity in diversity. For example, we have different religions, multiple religions, which have originated in India itself, like Hinduism, Buddhism. Then we have very old classical languages which include 10,000 dialects. We have people from different ethnic backgrounds like Persian, Aryan, African backgrounds, etc. We have different racial origins. We have different cultures. Then I'm coming to the other side of the story that yet in some it sometimes seemed to be a myth that is not really there sometimes. For example, the Ghar Wapasi concept that is converting to Buddhism. Then UNESCO saying that India's many dialects of India have been dying because they have not been given enough focus in production. Then there is a majoritarianism culture. Then there are separatist movements like Khalistan movement and Nagalim movements etc. तो ऐसे करके आप दो साइड्स दे सकते हो. Then however, platforms like National Integration Council, Zonal Council, and Three Language Formula, etc., have helped unite the diverse country. ऐसे करके इनिशिएटिव्स भी बता सकते हो जहाँ पे वी आर मूविंग टूवर्ड्स यूनिटी एंड डाइवर्सिटी एंड प्रोटेक्टिंग इट. So from these two questions, what you can understand is that you have to think beforehand and find out what are the things which can be included as a good introduction. आप प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो मोटोस, द कॉमन कीवर्ड्स वी आर यूजिंग, द स्पीचेस ऑफ प्राइम मिनिस्टर, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट etc. Good reference points. In the body, what is important is that you need to cover all sides of the question. Question will have multiple aspects. One can be positive, one can be negative, one can be a balanced approach. So all those aspects have to be covered because the examiner will look at all these aspects and will then give you marks that you have covered all the aspects. And conclusion should always be positive. It should have a unique element to it. Like जैसे कि मैंने सर्वधर्म समभाव के बारे में बताया, ऐसे करके कुछ न्यू चीज़ें ले आ सकते हो. So this is how generally you can approach the paper. I hope it was helpful. We will discuss more questions in the coming days. So since my health is not very good these days, I'm not able to cover a lot of aspects, but then I'll try my best to keep the momentum going. So if you have any queries, please get in touch with me, let me know. So until the next video, it's a goodbye from me. Thank you so much.